So I just finished watching Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'm not gonna do any kind of uh, spoilers or previews or anything like that of that. But what it kicked into my head, the one of the main characters, he used to be on a TV series. Uh, it was called Early Edition. Guy gets like the paper a day early, and he knows the future like one day in advance. And what would be interesting is if they did like a revamp of that for TV, you know, some high school kid or something gets like early notifications on it, like, something early on, social media or something, and he steps in and stops things from happening and whatnot, like something, you know it's something that hasn't been revamped or looked into like recently. We're talking a show that was, 90s. And another good one is 7 Days with Mr. Parker and them. He's the cosmonaut or whatever, and he can go back in time, but only 7 days, because that's the loop. He can only go back 7 days. That's another show that could be revamped. I mean, they did Bionic Woman for one season. It was a great season, but they dropped it. You got so many things. You could do an all new Invisible Man. The other, sci-fi or USA, I think, maybe, they did it not too long ago, but they ended it with like the gland was in his head, came from a Bigfoot or a Yeti or something like that, and it's alien or some shit. They could do an all new, Invisible Man. That'd be great. I mean, there's all these cool shows from like the 90s that they went for season after season after season and then just dropped off the map. They could redo all that. Stop with all this kiddie shit. Stop revamping movies. How many fucking Cinderella movies are there? How many Beauty and the Beast TV shows and movies are there? I mean, shit. Go outside that box. Start something. I'd just like to see some of those other movies that I mentioned, get revamped, brought to new. I mean, all the technology now, we could totally do so much better with them. But it's an idea.